What's up, HAMIES? It's your boy Coach Smeta coming to you live from my PlayStation 3. This is the 4th season, the first episode of the UNT rebuild. And for Coach Miller, man, it's been a weird offseason. Let's just say that so many changes, man. We lost a lot of people, man. The team is almost unrecognizable from the first season. We'll start it off taking a look at some of the Heisman hopefuls. We got a dude or two who I think we may have on this list by the end of the season. But yeah, man, the entire coaching staff gone, man. Just when you have that level of success, you lose guys, and they went on to, I think one of them's a head coach, the other guy went to DC in the Power 5. Forget them. You know, some people wish them well. I'm like, nah, man. You left us kind of high and dry, but it is what it is. We're gonna have to do a lot of moving around and, you know, moving parts and pieces to make it work. But I feel like anytime a coach comes to a new program, one of the things you got to do is you got to give them time, you know. And so this is the 4th season, so that means the guys I recruited my very first year are now upperclassmen. You know, they're juniors, they're redshirt sophomores. So, and of course some of the JC guys, but you know, they haven't really been in the program those many years. You got to give a coach a chance, man. Just give them a chance to establish a new culture. And unless, you know, they've gone winless, or, you know, horrible losses to your rival, or, you know, you got them on film throwing puppies into traffic, man, you give them a chance. You know what I'm saying? So we've been very successful so far. We've won 3 bowl games, we've won 3 conference championship games, but this year we make the jump to the Big 12. So now, you know, we're dealing with some of those teams that knocked us off during the regular season. We're pretty much getting that every conference game. I mean, even your Kansases in the Big 12 are as good as some of the teams that we would play in the American. You know, one of some of the tougher teams. We lost to a Tulsa team who I don't think is as good as the Kansas team that, you know, we have in the conference this year. So it is what it is. It's a new season, which it's always exciting. Going into the preseason polls, gonna look to see if we're ranked. I think we're in the top 25. We should be in the top 25. I'll actually be a little salty if we aren't. I feel like we earned that. Yeah, there we are, 22. Ahead of some Blue Buds, Tennessee, Florida, Iowa State. Shout out to my dude John Eads, Oregon State. They down there. We don't know how long they'll be, you know, in the top 30, but So new segment this year is we're just gonna introduce some of the new guys, give you a real look at them. Now, if you saw the intro, our intro features the first guy on the list, which is our backup quarterback this season, but he'll be the starter until he goes to the NFL. Vincent Galloway, 6'1", 218 pounds, out of New Albany, Mississippi. Yo, this kid, this dude he's a freak. He's just a freak, man. Look, his speed, his elusiveness, he's got a cannon. You know, in high school, he probably was a quarterback, receiver, running back, defensive back, kick returner, punt returner, probably, you know, coached in the 4th quarter of blowouts. I'm just everything, man. So this kid right there, that's the next big thing. Watch out for him. We got Mr. Bean this year, who's been very, very good to us. But you can already see he's almost as good as Mr. Bean right now. Second kid on the list, Jerome Orton, 6'1", 214 pounds, out of Forest Hill, Texas, the highest rated running back we've recruited. He's already as good overall as Mr. Hawkins. Now he's not a burner, but he's very solid. You know, he can carry the ball already. He's okay at breaking tackles. He can hold the rock. He can juke. He can spin. He's just very, very solid. Nothing jumps out at you other than the fact that across the board, he's solid. You know, consistent, and that's the type of thing that we've we had with Trey Siggers, but Siggers didn't have the speed. And then on to our freshman receiver, stud Justin Jackson, 6 foot, 190-pound freshman out of Idabel, Oklahoma. Now, because of the way we have successfully recruited receivers, I was really considering redshirting him, but he's a speed guy. He's speed, acceleration, route running. Not great agility. We're gonna have to get on the field with him, get a speed coach, really work on his ability to get in and out of the ground. But for a freshman, he does things that a lot of freshmen can't do, and he's also going to be able to depart. So that's our kind of our big three: quarterback, running back, receiver. Those are the type of guys where you look at a program and you say, okay, 4 years ago they weren't those guys, but now they are. So we'll see how that goes. Jameel High and Brian Jones meet the new OC DC. This summer, Coach Miller spent basically his summer going to different coaching clinics. We meet Coach High at the Coastal Carolina Offensive Clinic. So that has reshaped our offense. We're going to be much more run heavy, much more triple option, much more, count the numbers, count the box, get the ball out quickly, and really just take advantage of whatever the defense is giving us. We've got some athletes to force you to play certain defenses, and then we've got athletes to punish you for playing certain defenses. And so this year, I'm really looking forward to what we can do offensively as well as defensively. Defensively, we've always been a cover 3 shell defense. This year, we're switching that up. We're going to go to more of a cover 2 cloud, quarters, 2 palms kind of defense. We'll still go man 2 when we have a lead and we're trying to really put teams away, but for the most part, we're really adjusting how we play defense. We're going from the 3-3-5 to more of a 3-4, but we'll have mostly our nickel packages on the field. Like, just because we're in the 3-4 does not mean we'll have 4 backers out there all the time. We'll be in a lot of 3-3-5 and 3-2, $6 type of stuff like that. So our defense is adjusting around the fact that for this year at least, our defensive pass rush is ridiculous. We got 3 guys: Lawson, Williams, and being a bad human being right now because I don't remember the 3rd guy. But we got 3 guys up front who have the 90 plus power move, finesse move. Not all of them have both, but we have that. And with our enforcer Williams up front, it's going to be rough. We're going to be able to get pressure just rushing 3 most of the time. Looking at some of our offensive team leaders returning from last year, being our returning rusher from last year, that will not be the case this year. Hudson Henry, of course, Mackey Award type guy. He'll definitely be in the NFL, maybe even a 1st-round draft pick. I think we had our first drafted player last season, and so if he doesn't leave us this year, it'll definitely be the year after, and Henry will first 3 rounds at least. I suspect he could be a 1st-rounder. But we are starting the year off against the SMU Mustangs. They've been our rival, but we've kind of slapped them around. Denton versus Dallas ain't really been much competition. We have high hopes this year, so what we're hoping is that we don't, look past SMU. It's a rivalry game, but like I said, we've handled them. Early in the game, man, bad decision here, bad decision. Tried to get cute, tried to force the rock to Hawkins, and Haynes is there. It's not a good start, guys. It's not a good start. You saw we adjusted the sliders, which meant passing the ball would be harder this season. And so, we more and more have to ease our quarterback into the game. Mr. Hawkins, though, came out ready. This dude had, spoiler alert, the game of his career. Shout out to in the YouTube in the comments, Mr. Marshall, Zach Marshall, he commented about a season, last season, that Hawkins is gonna be a beast. Yo, man, this kid comes out the gate swinging. But the first touchdown of the season does go to Mr. Orton. one of many. He could possibly break our rushing touchdowns record over the career because this kid, he's going to be out there. New look defense. We're shooting gaps. Mr. Wood, he got beat out by Gabriel Murphy last year, but Murphy moved back outside. And so Wood is our Mike, which is kind of like one of the key points in our defense. It's very important for the Mike to, defend the run, but also get back in his passing lanes here. We get forced to a 3rd and long. We get a bad pass. Not very good. The SMU gets a stop on us, but defense is playing football this game, man. It's going to be very rough. Very rough. Especially if we're playing defense like that here. Just good pursuit. Force them into 3rd and long. Chasing them down all the way across the field, man. The Murphys, they're a tough group of, I think they're twins to deal with. Late pitch. Mr. Hawkins has speed. He's a 4.4 kid. Not 4.3, but hey, 4.4 in a straight line. Catch it. So we had like I said, we come out of the cover 2 shell, and it just gives us a little bit of a better run D on the outside. Here we go to cover 3, and against the young quarterback, man, I don't know what he was reading, but he throws it right to our hard flat, Mr. Gibbs. Mr. Gibbs is an All-American last year. He generally plays deep, but in that situation, he's out in the flat. Here, a couple plays later, Mr. Hawkins going to get into the end zone again, man. Again. So, he's having a good day. They're having trouble defending our different triple option looks, as well as, mixing in our traps and our counters. We stay in the cover 3 look. You see over there on the right, I want to take that receiver away and focus on the left, but they're not throwing the football, man. TJ McDaniel out of South Lake Carroll gets busy on us. And that was a theme. They actually ran the ball very, very well. Oh, man. That's gross. Shot the gap, had 2 TFLs, and it turned into a 34-yard rush by CJ Williams. Dog, kind of disgusting right there. I spotlight this receiver. I have to choose on who I think is going to the corner, and usually I choose one of the slot guys. We spotlight him there, but we blow the coverage, and that actually made me pretty mad because this game shouldn't be within a score, but it is what it is. Showing this play because this is the first pass of the career of Vincent Galloway. The next big thing. Yeah. And then this next play, this is the first rush of the career of one Vincent Galloway. The next big thing. Yeah. He's gonna be good. The rest of the drive, we're just kind of nickeling down, and I'm trying to run the clock out. I didn't like the motion swing look, so we just audible down to a dive play inside zone look. Got Orton in. It's been pretty easy for us so far. We're forcing turnovers, defense again, cover 2 look. We're expecting them to run, but TJ, early Christmas gift. This game was played weeks ago, but it is Christmas time, and thank you, TJ McDaniel. Hudson Henry, first reception of the season. It's been second reception of the season. The first one was, short yardage play. We missed the field goal, and it is what it is here. Defense, we catch him going for the screen. Quarterback, he just struggled, man. He was just reading stuff very, very slow because he could have thrown that, and with LeBlanc, I wasn't going to get there. I was not going to get there. This is a sexy play I came up with where I'm basically reading the leverage of the corner. And once our receiver gets inside, I know that we're going to beat him on that deep cross. So you just wait, a little patient. Bean is loose or warm or ready, whatever you want to call it. So he's able to make that throw. And here again, Hawkins, just good vision. Good vision, good speed. Just having himself a field day at home against this Mustang soft run defense. It just is what it is. Defense, we're back, but we get caught. Our alignment was off, and a huge hole develops. McDaniel trying to make up for that fumble. He 50 yards, 50 plus. I think it's the longest run we've given up ever. I could be wrong. I'd have to go back and watch maybe that Georgia game. But defense is still playing solid, so we're not terribly, we're not gonna overreact. So, because our red zone defense is tough, they missed the field goal, which is good for us. We're in our 4-minute offense again. I like the veer. It's a weird read on this game because it's very, very quick. You got to find out which guy you're supposed to read and what they're doing. But we nickel and dime our way down the field as that's what we do. This play is just an inside-out read, and I got to be honest, my brain turned off. I threw that in quad-triple coverage, and we got lucky that A, Mr. Beans got a little velocity on his throws. B, Simpson got 99 catching. Poor stick by me. I thought he was gonna, go left or go right, and he just kept going forward. And so we'll run right past him. That's not good. Here we get the triple option look. The enforcer holds the edge, takes out the legs. Mr. Williams, he'll definitely be a defensive player of the year candidate. He's just a beast, man. We are so glad. Whatever went wrong at Arkansas a couple years ago, thank you. Here, another kid who transferred from Arkansas, but he drops it. That would have been 6. Devin Bush didn't want to make plays, so we go into our 4-minute offense. Vincent Galloway's in at quarterback, but Mr. Hawkins, great vision again, has different plans. This kid just, the entire game here, he sets the rushing touchdowns in a game record for us with his 4th. Like, dude. But you know how they do it on ESPN sometimes, man. All the credit to the quarterback. So defense is back on the field. Their biggest pass play of the game, man. Other than the touchdown, which, gives you more points. But they high-load me, and I picked wrong. But look at this pass rush, man. Look how quick. They abuse. If you don't have elite offensive linemen, you're going to struggle, especially when we rush 4. 3, you might have a chance. When we go 4, So, for the 3rd straight drive, we're in our 4-minute offense. We're really trying to put this game away. Our second team guys are already in there. And we get a big run. We get face mask. Attaway again. Just having a good game, and showing off more of this triple option look. We're doing it out of pistol. John Hopkins. Wasn't even involved in the play, man. But dude is a soldier. Look at this. Broke his toe. He's already ready to come back. Yeah, the dude's legit. But here, once again, good vision again. Look at this. You see how I set up that block? But that would pretty much do it. That's when we would get the ball back. They wouldn't do a gosh darn thing with it. And we start the season off 1-0, dominating fashion. We were very consistent. Look at the second, third, fourth quarters. It was a done deal, man. Our run game, 435 and 7 touchdowns on the ground. And maybe even more impressive than that was our pass defense. We gave up 75 yards passing. Now, a lot of that has to do with the fact we had the ball so much. Like, we were able to run 70 plays, 50 of them runs. We had 25 first downs. But at the same time, while we were on the field, we were very, very good. Aside from the 19-yard pass play in the corner in the red zone, we were all over everything. And a lot of that is the matchup. I think at this point, we're just better than SMU, like that much better. We'll see how we need to handle things down the line. But for right now, it's not so much about changing our weapon. It's more about sharpening our blade. We're gonna do what we do. Can you handle it? Can you stop it? The pass rush with LeBlanc, Nixon and Williams is just going to be too much for most teams. Even the big boys, I think we'll give Oklahoma and Texas and Oklahoma State, those guys, I think we'll give them problems with those three just rushing by themselves. So I think other than that, man, just better angles in the run game. That was huge. We gave up a lot of rushing yards, 142. 10 yards a carry, which it's kind of skewed. He had the 2 big runs. If we take those 2 big runs out, he's probably averaging 2.5, 3 yards a carry. I don't want to do the math right now, but I think, and I think I said this last year, but I really think this year might be our year. We'll have to see how the Big 12 shakes out, but that's the first one of the season. GG's in the chat. Check you guys out next time. Look at me. I am coaching now.